Hey NFL fans, before we dive into today's hottest stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. From NFL News Now, the Denver Broncos have officially spoken, and they did not hold back, following Sunday's shocking 20-19 upset victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. The Broncos made it crystal clear anyone doubting their quarterback, Bo Nix, is dealing with a level of scrutiny and shade that they simply will not tolerate. And nobody voiced that sentiment more pointedly than tight end Adam Troutman in a post-game press session that quickly went viral. Among NFL circles, Troutman unleashed a blistering defense of his young quarterback. Targeting critics who have been vocal online, Troutman didn't mince words, labeling those who talk down on Nix as absolute cowards, insisting that their opinions are entirely irrelevant to the team's mission and mindset. His comments were direct, unflinching, and filled with a kind of raw, locker room authenticity that you rarely see in public statements in the digital age. If you're talking about Bo online, you're a coward, absolute coward. He blanks it out. We don't care what other people think, Troutman told reporters via Andrew Mason of Denver Sports.com. Troutman even added a colorful illustration referencing the archetype of an online critic, humorously dubbing one hypothetical naysayer Dragon's Lair 69 with his 7-11 Slurpee in his mom's basement, and making it abundantly clear that neither he nor Nix are concerned with any keyboard warrior opinions. It was as much a statement about the Broncos' collective confidence as it was a personal defense of Nix, and it underscored the team's unity and shared focus. Sunday's game itself was a masterclass in poise under pressure from Bo Nix, who arguably outshone his counterpart, Patrick Mahomes, throughout the matchup, completing 24 of 37 passes for 295 yards. Nix did not throw a touchdown, nor did he commit an interception, but he commanded the game in ways that transcended basic statistics. His composure, particularly in the fourth quarter during the Broncos' game-winning field goal drive, was a testament to his growth as a signal caller in just his second NFL season. That 89.4 passer rating he posted reflects a quarterback who understands timing, reads defenses well, and can make crucial plays when the moment demands it. In a matchup against the Chiefs' defense known for being stingy and aggressive, Nix demonstrated both strategic patience and the ability to elevate his team in high-pressure situations. Week 11's win brought the Broncos to a 9-2 record and extended their winning streak to 8 consecutive games, a run that has had analysts, fans, and even rival teams taking serious notice. The Broncos weren't just winning. They were asserting themselves as a legitimate contender, capable of dismantling one of the league's most formidable offenses when it mattered most. Head coach Sean Payton, a tactician himself, praised Nix's performance, but also emphasized the broader team effort. He's outstanding, I think. He played real well. He won. It's his job. He won against a pretty stingy defense that can give you problems. There were some big plays there, and we had some early field position in the first half. And I'm like, man, there's a couple of those field goals. One of them just needed to be a touchdown. I felt at halftime good about where we were relative to the matchup of our defense and their offense. Their early start, first 15 type team, I felt like, aside from some of the penalties, we did a good job in all three phases, Payton said. His words reflect the balance between acknowledging individual brilliance and recognizing that football remains a team sport, one where every phase offense, defense, and special teams can be decisive. The Broncos' ability to capitalize on opportunities, minimize critical mistakes, and maintain composure under scrutiny was a recurring theme in Sunday's narrative, one that sets them apart from teams that falter when the stakes rise. For his part, Bo Nix has approached the noise of criticism with a calm, almost zen-like resolve. In the days leading up to the game, he made the striking admission that he deleted all his social media accounts, creating a mental and emotional barrier between himself and the endless stream of opinions that bombard professional athletes in the modern era. For whatever reason in life and in football, people think that we have this opportunity to doubt or question or hype up or tear down these guys. It's really in sport in general. We make this entertainment business a lot bigger than what it is. We forget that everybody's just out here having a good time, having fun, doing the best they can. But for me, it's quite simple. I delete all my social media. I don't have it so unless someone says it to my face. I don't really hear it, and nobody's ever bold enough to say it to my face, Nix explained. This is not merely an anecdotal quip, it is a statement of methodology, a deliberate approach to protecting focus, confidence, and clarity amidst the relentless pressures of professional sports. By eliminating the external chatter, Nick ensures that his preparation, focus, and energy remain entirely directed toward the field, toward his teammates, and toward the execution of game plans. Despite the victory, the Broncos' offense was far from flawless. The loss of leading rusher J.K. Dobbins was felt acutely, with the team struggling to establish a ground game that totaled just 59 yards and going scoreless for entire stretches, including the entire second quarter. Yet, Nick's leadership and poise turned these challenges into manageable hurdles rather than insurmountable obstacles. His calm under pressure, his ability to read the field, and his knack for clutch throws in pivotal moments highlight a quarterback who refuses to be defined by criticism or setbacks. This is a sophomore signal caller who has learned the invaluable skill of focusing exclusively on what he can control. Yes, and people are always entitled to their opinions. They're always going to say what they think, and that's also what makes our country great. At the end of the day, you just got to block it out. You can't involve yourself with what's outside the building, because if you do, it'll just bog you down, get you distracted, and you start worrying about things you shouldn't be worrying about. Everybody's always going to say something, for some reason. We're always going to be talked down upon, and that's okay, Nick said. His philosophy is as much a life lesson as it is a football strategy. Focus, preparation, and mental toughness outweigh the opinions of strangers, and victory is defined by performance, not popularity. Troutman's passionate defense of Nick's and the broader Broncos roster also speaks to the culture within the team. There is a sense of mutual respect, loyalty, and an unshakable confidence in the players around you. When a team rallies around its quarterback with this kind of unreserved support, it is a message not just to critics but to opponents. This is a team united, resilient, and unwilling to be derailed by external noise. Denver's clubhouse culture, combined with Sean Payton's strategic acumen, Nick's mental discipline, and a roster capable of rising to the occasion, creates a dynamic where even the most hostile critiques cannot undermine progress. The Broncos' performance against the Chiefs was not a fluke. It was a statement, one backed by skill, preparation, and unwavering team cohesion. As the NFL season marches on, the spotlight will continue to shine, and criticism will inevitably follow every headline, post, and analyst segment. But for the Broncos, and particularly for Bo Nix, this is simply background noise. Troutman's fiery defense, Payton's praise, and Nix's personal discipline collectively convey a single, clear message. Denver is focused, confident, and impervious to the online mobs that thrive on negativity. In an era where social media amplifies every opinion and scrutiny is relentless, Nix's ability to maintain composure, combined with Troutman's unapologetic loyalty and Payton's leadership, forms a blueprint for thriving in modern professional football. The Broncos have not only beaten a top-tier opponent, they have also demonstrated a resilience, focus, and unity that cannot be measured by mere statistics. This win, this display of poise under pressure, and this public defense of their quarterback may well be the moment that defines Denver's season, a turning point where belief in each other, focus on execution, and refusal to be distracted by external noise converge to create something greater than the sum of its parts. In the end, the Broncos' message is unmistakable: play hard, block out the noise, and trust in the talent and character of the people in your building. And for Bo Nix, the quarterback at the center of this storm of criticism, it is clear that the opinions of strangers hold no power over performance, preparation, or personal growth. The win over the Chiefs was more than just 3 points. It was a testament to mental toughness, team unity, and the realization that in football, as in life, courage is measured not by the absence of doubt but by the ability to rise above it. With Troutman's fiery words still echoing, Payton's calm assessment framing the victory, and Nix's quiet focus leading the way, the Broncos have sent a signal not just to the NFL but to the sports world at large. Underestimate them at your own peril. Keep watching as we analyze more details about some rumors. Unbelievable scenes are unfolding in the NFL, and if you thought you had seen it all in professional football, think again, because what just happened with the Denver Broncos and the Indianapolis Colts might be one of the most shocking twists in recent league history. Rumors have been swirling for hours now, and fans everywhere are struggling to process what has officially been confirmed. The NFL has reversed the outcome of the game, declaring the Broncos as the winners. leaving everyone, including players, coaches, and analysts, absolutely stunned. The initial narrative of the game, which had the Colts claiming victory on the field, has now been turned completely upside down, creating a whirlwind of speculation about what could possibly have led the league to make such an unprecedented decision. Sources close to the league office are hinting that the decision is rooted in a combination of administrative oversight, controversial officiating calls, and potential procedural errors that, once reviewed, made the result on the field no longer valid. The rumor mill has been running at full speed ever since, with social media exploding in disbelief and sports shows scrambling to interpret the implications of this dramatic reversal. The Broncos locker room, which had initially walked off the field in defeat, is reportedly in a state of euphoric disbelief, as players have gone from mourning a narrow loss to suddenly being thrust into the unusual position of celebratory victors. Coaches are reportedly still on calls with the league, trying to fully understand the reasoning, while fans are flooding forums with theories ranging from potential replay mishaps to alleged scoring errors that could have completely altered the outcome. Everyone wants to know what exactly happened during those final moments that were so crucial yet so controversial that the NFL decided it needed to step in and make a correction post-game, a move that, according to insiders, is extremely rare and almost unheard of in the modern era. Speculation is mounting that this decision could have long-term repercussions, not just for the Broncos and Colts, but for the league itself, as it raises questions about consistency, officiating integrity, and the mechanisms in place to ensure fair play. People are asking whether this could set a precedent for future games, or if this is truly a one-off incident that the league had no choice but to address after the fact. Rumors suggest that the review process involved a deep dive into player eligibility rules, potential missed penalties, and even timing discrepancies that might have been overlooked in the heat of the game, all combining to produce a scenario that left league officials with little alternative but to overturn the original decision. Analysts are already debating the fairness of the situation, with some arguing that while the Broncos deserve recognition if procedural errors occurred, the sudden shift feels almost surreal to the fans who witnessed the game live, as they are now forced to reconcile the thrilling moments on the field with a result that only came hours later. In an official statement, social media platforms are ablaze with clips and memes dissecting every controversial play, replay angle, and referee signal, with amateur commentators weighing in as if they were in the league office themselves. And every opinion seems more charged than the next, because nobody has seen anything like this in decades. The Colts, for their part, are reportedly navigating a storm of confusion and frustration, as players and staff try to make sense of how a hard-fought victory can seemingly vanish from the record books overnight. Insiders indicate that the team is requesting full access to the league's report, hoping to understand exactly what led to the decision, while fans debate whether this undermines the credibility of the team's efforts or simply highlights the sometimes unpredictable nature of sports administration at the highest level. There's also talk that the reversal could influence playoff seedings, betting lines, and even contractual negotiations, as wins and losses often carry weight beyond the immediate standings. And suddenly, the Broncos' statistical profile for the season has shifted in ways that were unimaginable just hours before. Pundits are already drafting hot takes, some calling it a landmark moment for accountability in professional football, others warning that it could open a Pandora's box of disputes in future games, as every team might feel encouraged to challenge outcomes if they sense procedural mistakes. Behind the scenes, league officials are reportedly bracing for a media frenzy, anticipating heated press conferences, and preparing detailed explanations to quell mounting questions from fans, journalists, and team executives alike. The controversy doesn't end at the stadium gates either. Betting platforms are seeing unusual activity as wagers are reassessed and payouts reconsidered, while fantasy football enthusiasts are recalculating points in real time, trying to navigate the sudden upheaval that has redefined what many assumed was a closed chapter in the week's NFL schedule. Even players not involved in the game are chiming in, with social media buzzing with reactions, memes, and speculation about whether other games could be subject to similar reviews, further fueling the sense that this isn't just a single incident, but possibly a harbinger of a new era in league oversight. Legal analysts and sports lawyers are also reportedly weighing in, considering the implications of overturning a game result post factum, especially in terms of contracts, bonuses, and potential grievances that could be filed by the affected team, while all eyes are on Denver and Indianapolis. The ripple effect is being felt across the league, as teams and fans wonder if the integrity of the results they see on the field is truly final, or if there is now a precedent for retrospective judgments. The Broncos, meanwhile, are trying to keep the focus on the athletes themselves, celebrating what they can, while simultaneously digesting the surreal circumstances of being declared winners after believing they had lost. Inside the locker room, sources describe scenes of disbelief, elation, and cautious optimism, with some players joking about the ghost victory, while others are already thinking about the momentum this reversal could bring to the team's confidence moving forward. Analysts on sports shows are dissecting each play frame by frame, arguing over whether the decision was justified, with some insisting that procedural integrity demands such interventions, while others fear that frequent interventions like this could erode the raw, spontaneous drama that makes football so compelling. Meanwhile, fan communities are torn between celebration and outrage, some embracing the Broncos' unexpected fortune and others questioning the fairness to the Colts, creating a polarized but energized discussion that is dominating timelines and comment sections everywhere. The NFL itself is remaining unusually quiet beyond the official statement, fueling even more speculation and conspiracy theories, with insiders suggesting that internal deliberations were intense, heated, and possibly unprecedented in scale, reflecting just how delicate a matter it was to change a game's result after the fact. From the perspective of the media, this is a gold mine, as commentators, bloggers, and vloggers rush to break down every nuance of the decision, speculate on hidden motivations, and predict the possible fallout for upcoming matchups, player morale, and league reputation. The Broncos fanbase is ecstatic, yet cautious, celebrating the victory while also acknowledging that the circumstances are far from typical, and every conversation about the team now comes with an asterisk, literally and figuratively, because this win didn't occur on the field in the usual sense. And as the rumor mill continues to churn, one thing is clear: this event will be remembered for years as one of the most bizarre and controversial moments in NFL history, sparking debates about rules, fairness, and the ultimate authority of the league office. Every day seems to bring new interpretations, leaked tidbits, and passionate takes, ensuring that this story is far from over, and that Broncos and Colts fans alike will be talking about it long after the dust settles, as the NFL itself grapples with balancing procedural correctness against the raw, unpredictable spectacle that keeps millions tuning in week after week, with the entire sports world now watching closely. The aftermath of this game is not just about the reversal itself, it's about legacy, precedent, and the strange new chapter that has been written in football history. A chapter where the outcome is dictated not just by what happens on the field, but by the careful, and sometimes controversial, scrutiny of those who govern the game. As speculation continues to grow, analysts warn that every controversial call, every overlooked rule, and every misstep could now carry far greater weight, making every game a potential candidate for future revision and ensuring that this Broncos-Colts saga will be dissected, debated, and remembered as a defining moment for the league for decades to come. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow NFL fans. Stay tuned for more updates, only here on NFL News Now.